animals to make it more exciting, more rock and roll, because they keep the noisy ones. Have you noticed Old MacDonald's farm full of noisy animals? They don't keep otters, they don't keep beavers, they don't keep weasels, they don't keep rabbits. None of the quiet ones. All the quiet animals are, fuck off, quiet animals. We want big, barky, noise ones. Cows go moo, and sheep go baa, and dogs go woof, and cats go ping, and chickens go cock-a-doodle-doo, which is stupid. It's just such an odd noise. It's supposed to wake you up in the morning, but they do it all day. I've been near farms. I've been quite near farms. And if I was a farmer, I'd go nuts. I'd just wedge a trumpet on their face. And then they'd go... And the farmer's wife go, what is that? There's jazz chicken. The fuck is a jazz chicken? Trumpet fell on his face. Fell off a shelf? No, well, I wedged it on his face because he was making all the time. I want to get some music. But he's got no lips. How does he make an embouchure? I sewed bacon rind onto his beak. That is insane. But that should be on Discovery Channel. Because then every morning you'd be woken up like... And then donkeys would get their tails go... And passing frogs, maybe, might stand on their tongues, maybe, and go bung, 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 bung. Don't know quite how frogs get into a farm situation, but I was looking for long-tongued animals. Maybe that's what happened to baby G. He was born and in the manger and bung, bung. Three wise men came. Oh, it's a jazz club, that is. Now, Noah, he knew about animals. Noah built an ark and there was a flood. They say that God told him to build an ark. But I don't know. I think a number of us in this room, if it was raining and there was a huge flood about to happen, I think a number of us would have said, fuck it, I'm building a boat. You know, he built a boat. And it wasn't an ark, it was a boat. An ark, it always looks silly because it's a big U shape with a little shed on the top. And out of that, there's a lion and tiger doing this. And obviously, you never see any of the compartments or anything that went on or where the toilets were. So he made a boat. What did he put in the boat? His family. What else? All the animals he could find. Did he put 2 of every animal in the world on the boat? No. How can I be so sure? Try it. I'm happy to be proved wrong on this. I just need Discovery Channel to say, and today we're gonna do 2 of everything on this boat. Let's have a look. And then let's visit the toilets later. It will be a nightmare. Everything had to be on the boat, from 2 dung beetles to 2 giant squid and everything in between. All the fish, they never get mentioned. It was supposed to kill kill all the bad things and start again with 2 of everything, including the fish. I mean, sharks. Sharks are bad. Very few good sharks. Very few sharks going, we found a child. He was thrashing around in that area of danger zone, you see. We thought we'd bring him in, yes. Well, it's a new thing we're doing. We're trying to... I'm in public relations, yes. I'm Sharky the Friendly Shark. Sharky the Friendly Shark. You've seen my program, maybe? No, he only had 1 leg to begin with, so I don't know what that is. That ark would be a nightmare. 2 of everything on the boat, giant squid sticking out of cupboards going, is she there? Is Mrs. Noah there? There's no towels. Can't find any towels. I mean, minibar doesn't work. It's not stocked. Some sort of non-stocking thing. Well, it's got socks in there. I don't know. Oh, for fuck's sake. Giant Squid Diary. Day 1, long time ago. Dear TripAdvisor. Got to the ark. Everything rather damp, a little disappointing. Seen 2 cats, 2 dogs, 2 squirrels, 2 mice, 2 chipmunks. Eat them later as hors d'oeuvres. Must Wikipedia what that means. just the etymology, seem to be running out of ink. Then there's the 2x2 thing. That doesn't work. All right, there's Noah and his sons. All right, Shem, Ham, Japheth. Here we go. Here they come 2x2. 2 lions, 2 tigers, 2 cats, 2 dogs, 2 squirrels, 2 mice, 2 llamas, 2 unicorns, 2 zebras, 2 chipmunks, 2 of those things. How many is that so far? So far, 2 lions, 2 tigers, Dad. Should be... Oh, for fuck's sake. It wouldn't work, would it? Lions and tigers would eat everything. It's like putting 4 students on a boat with a load of cake mix. Do you remember cake mix? You made it as a kid, the first time you made it, and you put the stuff in, and you didn't put the stuff in. And now your mum probably put the stuff in, and you did all this stuff, and then it was poured out, and then they said you could lick the spoon, and you went, oh my God, is this heaven? Is it? And there's a whole plate of it, and then it was put into the fire, and it came out less good than it went in. It was genius when it went in. And it came out... The whole Ark story doesn't make sense. And when, after 40 days and 40 nights of rain, which is only 40 days of rain, isn't it? 40 days and 40 nights. The nights are implicit, aren't they? It's all built in. I mean, you know, when you go to a hotel, you say, I'm stay for 3 days. Will you stay for the night? After a month and a bit of rain, they'd be there from the Bible. We're here from the Bible. It's the day when the Ark is just coming into view. 40 days and 40 nights of rain. Wonderful. Welcome the audience from around the world here on BBC World Service. And we're going to have a word with Noah and his wife. And here he comes. Mr. Noah, could you just tell me... sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I don't seem to be able to stop him there. He's obviously some sort of reception he has to go to. And the lions and the tigers come here. Hey, lads, how was it? How was it on the... I can't seem to stop the lions and the tigers either. Obviously, maybe going to the toilet or something. Not sure what all that's about. So we'll wait for one of the other animals. There's a lot of... I can see on the top deck what looks like strawberry jam. A lot of strawberry jam. So they obviously had a lot of sandwiches. And here's a squirrel. Mr. Squirrel, could you tell me how it was on the Ark? It was a nightmare, man. It was the biggest nightmare. Those stripy bastards, they killed everyone, man. They're all dead. There's no one there. Oh my God, I hid in a biscuit tin, man. It was fucking insane. Were they chocolate hobnobs? I don't fucking know. What the hell are you on about? You a biscuit freak? Well, what happened to your wife? Where's your other boat? She got away, man, on a boat with an owl and a pussycat. Did they take some money and plenty of honey? I don't know, I didn't see. I think I took a Gatling gun, some soap and a razor and some chainmail and some iodine. That's not very poetic. It wasn't poetry, man. They were fucking escaping from the... Who are you? This is the BBC World Service. Broadcasting from some fucking where. When we were kids, we lied our heads off. I didn't do it. I was dead at the time. I was on the moon with Steve. And your dad's going, I haven't even accused you of anything yet. Oh, all right. What's the question? What? Did you brush your teeth? No. Yes. What's correct? And it what? Yeah. I was dead at the time. Then when you're more mature, you do start telling the truth in odd situations. I'm sorry, I've broken a glass. I've broken this. Is that an expense? I've broken it. I'll pay for that. I'm sorry. And you do that so that people in the room might go, what a strong personality that person has. I like to have sex with people with strong personality. And I broke other things. I've smashed that, and that's gone. And I've just thrown the cat out the window. And ooh, yeah. So, you know, perjury. You know, if you commit perjury, I don't care. Don't give a shit. I don't think you should, because you grade murder. You have murder 1, murder 2. You realize that there can be a difference in the level of murder. So there must be a difference in the level of perjury. Perjury 1 is when you're saying there's no Holocaust, when, you know, 10 million people have died in it. And perjury 9 is when you said you shagged someone when you didn't. You know, it's... Swingers. I'm a fan of machines as well. I like machines. When I was a kid, you know when you have that spark of invention? I invented a helicopter that goes underwater. Bit of a death trap, but the spark was there, you know? And the Grim Reaper, I think he should update. He has the Scythe of Death, but there was a point where the Scythe was a very modern piece of equipment, just after the Iron Age, you know, and people saying, you've got a scythe? What the hell is that? We just got wooden scissors. Get Mr. Digital over here. Ding. Grim Reaper should update. It's 1997. Get the scythe, throw it away, and get a lawnmower. One of the big petrol-driven ones. He'd look great walking along, a huge back. All the dead people get in the bin where the grass grows. And then he could do those turns like your dad did on the lawnmower. They scared the shit out of me. Because they were eating grass, yum, 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 yum. No grass, no grass, no grass. Oh. They'd go spare when you took them off the ground. And we had one when I lived in Northern Ireland, and my dad would start it up. It'd always take 3 goes to start it up. I think he wanted to get a crowd. And he was there, one, no. One, no, don't think so. One, no. It's all these bits to adjust. And I realized, because I drive a car now, there was a choke there, starter there, accelerator, brake, radio, glove compartment. The glove compartment is a lie in cars, isn't it? You know, you never have gloves in a glove compartment. You never opening 50, 60 pairs of gloves. God, everywhere, gloves are drowning in gloves. Ah, glove death. Inside the glove compartment is usually a bit of an apple, a cassette with no holder, and a map of Belgium or something, you know? Yes, we had the big lawnmower. It was much better than the one my granddad had, which was a push-me-pull-you, related to the cleaning equipment of the same name. My granddad had that little triangle of lawn, and and the grass would go, oh, for fuck's sake. Stay down, lads, stay down. It's just an air raid, no problem. They'd flatten the lawn out, put it away, they'd go as he was walking away. And my gran would be in the kitchen adjusting a cake on her head. The lawn's even bigger, Grandad. That was weird. When your gran called your granddad, Grandad, and you were there going, he's your granddad too? Are you my sister? And you're my father's mother? What the fuck went on in this family? Yeah. Toasted. Ah, toasters are good. Like them. Like toast. It's got a toaster there, but it's got a turny dial knob thing on the side. And it lies to us. It does not tell the truth, for it has numbers from 1 to 6, and they lie. You set on 4, you put bread in on 4, and boom, comes up 3. 3. This is 3 toast, no good at all. Hardly done. You set and change to 5, it comes up 6. This is 6, all burnt, all burnt. Scrape. Oh, fuck it, forget it. Because the toaster's in there going, stay down, lad, stay down. Stay down, go for the burn. No pain, no gain. No fish, no fowl. No socks, no shoes. No hair, no haircut. And the other toast going, what the hell are you talking about? I don't know. It's quite like saying it.
I think with toast, it's 1.5 times for each piece of toast. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong here. Toast goes in, comes up, immediately, you don't even look at it, you whack it straight down again. Then you wander around the kitchen with one eye on the toaster. The whole automated idea is lost as you have to... Because the toast waits, and it's going, wait till he looks at the cup of soup, wait till he looks at the cup of soup. And then you're there going, cup of soup, pot noodle, cup of soup, pot noodle, cup of soup, pot... Oh, no, it's burning, oh, no. Oh, no, in the bin. And it gets stuck in there, and you know you're not supposed to put a knife in. But you're an adult now. It's your toaster. You want to live on the edge. So get knives in, toaster, get knives. And forks as all cutlery in the toaster. And use a whisk as well. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Get it in. Take it and do it in the bath. In the bath. Do it. Eat a jam sandwich at the same time. And light matches, burn the house down. The same people who make toasters make showers. For they have a turny button too that lies. For we know turn, 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 turn for hot. Turn, 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 turn for cold. But the only position we're interested in is the position between there and there. 1 nanomillimeter between fantastically hot and fucking freezing. Everyone who gets into a shower, they immediately become like a safe breaker. You have 2 positions in the shower. One position is this, and the other position is this! What the hell? Stop using taps! Everyone in West London, stop using taps! And there's someone in the same bathroom as you going... And you're going, hey, stop using taps, I'm in the shower. I am not using taps, I'm letting a mouse run over my hands. You see, we need a generator in the ark, and the mouse is going to run around. Noah's downstairs with the ark. And Noah's shouting up the stairs, hey, the ark's double parked in a puddle. Will you get a move on? It's true, it's in the Bible. Yeah. And the greatest myth, legend type story that we have in England is Robin Hood. It's not really a miracle dream, it's a myth. It's a myth and a legend. Robin Hood. It's our most famous English myth, and it's been totally stolen by Hollywood. So much so that Robin Hood has an American accent, always. Hi, I'm Robin Hood. Where is the maid Marian? And the Sheriff of Nottingham. I'm a Nottingham man, born and bred. I live in Sherwood Forest. I'm from round here. We wouldn't believe an English-speaking Robin Hood. Hello, I'm Robin Hood. People go, no. Haven't got the Nottingham twang. And the reason why the Hollywood films just killed us in Britain was there's so much sex. They got sex, and sex in there. And, hi, I am Robin Hood. Where is the maid Marian? Maid Marian. Come here, let us kiss with tongues. Let us go and shag in my treehouse. Sort of an English Robin Hood. Marian, got a cup of tea? My treehouse has been prepared. Up the stairs. Staircase. Yes, linen tablecloth. You like it? Darjeeling or what? Now, these are my etchings. back in the 40s and 50s, they took sex out. I don't know, the Noel Coward sort of into which we serve type films. Darling, I'm off to the war. Don't go, darling, don't go to the war. I must go to the door, darling. They won't start without me. Don't go, darling, it's dangerous. Rat-a-tat-boom and all those noises. I must go, darling. It's my duty as a Cockney man. All the accents were really fucked, weren't they? We as East Enders, we as people from the East End of London, the working class of London, we must go with our strange accents. Go to the war. I must do it. If that's the East End of London accent, then what's a posh person's accent? It's Kern and Pennington, windy finger horn, and the curtain number. Said a posh person to me today. He also said, turning and stern and puncturing. And I believe him. It's my duty to go. Little Johnny, little Susie, I'm off to the war. Don't go, Daddy, don't go. I must go. Bring us back something, Daddy, will you? Bring her back a Nazi with real hair. Dick Van Dyke, he went for a Cockney accent. I think he went to Australia to learn it. Good eye, Mary Poppins. How you doing there, son? A chimney sweep, absolutely. Talking to Charlene today. She's a chimney sweep too. We bim 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 bam bim bom. I'm a chimney sweep there. Call love a duck. Roll blimey. Put another tube of lager on the barbie. That is an Australian accent. Check it out. And also, Robin Hood is a myth. It's a myth. It is not true. It's based on bits of fact. His name probably wasn't Robin Hood, just Bin. A nutter who lived in a tree. Hello, I'm Bin. I'm Robin. Give us cash. Give us cash. I steal from the rich and give to the poor. I'm trying to be a myth. Give us cash. No, I'm not going to give you cash. Go on. I steal from the rich. Are you rich? No, I'm comfortable. I can't, that's no good. I can't steal from people who are comfortable and give to the moderately impoverished. That's not gonna swing, is it? Well, it's not my fault. I'm just here on my pogo stick.
Good evening. Good evening, Salt Lake City. Good evening, Utah. It's great to be here in London at the moment. It's about 4 or 5 in the morning. So I'm a little spaced out, but that's okay. So tonight is not a performance. Tonight I am going to talk to you just about my experiences growing up as a trans kid, knowing I was trans, not knowing that the word trans existed. Like most of us, or LGBTQ, or any of our letters of our alphabet that we love, and our alphabet's getting bigger and bigger, which is confusing. But there we go. We're smoothing along on that. And yeah, I'm going to tell you about that. I'm going to tell you how I worked. It's interesting. I met Sue Robbins, who was got her award tonight, and just before the show, and she's obviously a fierce and strong and a really hardworking trans activist. And I haven't been that. As a trans person, I haven't been that. I wonder if I am a failure in a way at that. Because I've done it in a different way. Because I came out in 1985, which is so long ago, 37 years ago. I'm very proud of coming out in 85. We couldn't even think of the word trans. We had different words then. We were TV and TS, because obviously the word transvestite was Latin, and it means it hadn't been updated since the Romans. So everyone hated that word, and it had a lot of baggage with it. So we'd come up with TV and TS, which I thought was essentially the same grouping. I realized that transgender was the grouping. But when I came out, I came up with this idea of what I was going to do was I was going to come out and then just carry on. That was going to be my trick. So I haven't been as brave as Sue and as many trans activists, LGBTQ activists. I haven't done that. What I have done is I have come out and I just carried on trying to do what I love doing. And this is comedy, but also drama, and then to turn into running, marathons, and performing my stand-up now in 4 languages and in 45 countries. So I'm trying to excel. I'm trying to do this thing. I'm trying to advocate for being trans by doing things so that hopefully people go, wow, how did that work? Oh, that person's trans? Oh, fuck, I better rethink trans then. That's how I'm trying to do it. The trick of the things I do, just so quickly, so I've run 130 marathons for charity. But I've done them a bit weird. I did 43 in 51 days, and then I did 27 in 27 days in South Africa, which was a salute to Nelson Mandela, a fantastic political leader. And then 29 in 29 days through Europe when Brexit was happening, and I totally disagree with Brexit because it's pulling apart, it's breaking connections when we should be making connections. And then I ran 32 marathons in 31 days on a treadmill. Don't try it, kids. It'll drive you nuts. I had to do I did a podcast for 6. I do 6-hour marathons. That's how slow I am. The world record is 2. I do 6. But then I find the body doesn't fall apart. But this is the way I'm doing things. So I do salute Sue Robbins and all activists, all LGBTQ activists, Troy, everything he's done, everything anyone's done, and I'm just doing it in this weird other way. But I am going into politics. So I'm going to be an MP, a member of parliament in my country, if they'll have me. And this is how I see the world. Sue was talking about phrase making. Yes, be phrase makers. All of us be phrase makers. We need to come up with phrases that grab marriage equality. What a great phrase that was. I come up with phrases. If you shoot for the stars, you can reach the moon. I was very affected by your space projects. Your space projects. That doesn't a big enough word. Your space missions. When I was a kid, it was happening, landing on the moon. I was there. I was watching it in a place called Bishop Stortford in England, which is such a weirdly named place. And when I met Nelson Mandela, because I ran these marathons, before I actually met him, and Neil Armstrong was walking out when I was walking in. That's the weirdest thing, because what a fantastic person was there. What a fantastic person was there. And this idiot was in between them. But I didn't talk to Neil, and I should have said, Neil, what's Nelson? Is he chatty? Is he chatty Cathy? No, is he wearing the shirts? Okay, just play it cool. Great. Well done in '69. I was in Bishop Stortford. Yeah, Bishop Stortford. No one knows why it's called that. It's just a weird name in England. Yeah, fuck, all right. But you took the and Buzz was a bit worried, and you. I've been inspired by you, mate. That's the conversation I would have had. So let me tell you quickly how my thing starts. I'm going to tell you about these 3 things. Well, I'm just going to run through it. As you can see, I'm heavily scripted. I'm not going off the auto cues. You can see this. This is me just talking to you. Oh yeah, this is what I want to say. But no, I'll say that at the end. All right. I was born in Yemen. Now, you may have heard of Yemen. It has a civil war. It's been going on there for 5 years or more. It had a tough enough time. It's one of the Arabic countries that does not have oil. And so no one pays any attention to it, which is not great. And they have a civil war that Saudi Arabia and Iran seem to be fighting on their land. It is just hellish. If there are LGBTQ people there, they can't even get to first base on trying to express their true, authentic selves because they're just trying to survive and be alive. So it was a colony. The British, we used to do colonies. You know about this thing? We did it in your country too for a while. We kept doing it. It's not a British thing, it's a European thing. And it's not really a European thing, it was a human thing.
Humans do these things. So if whatever happens in Salt Lake City and in Utah, that's and America, it also happens in the world. You have people who are so right-wing, Attila the Hun's going, what? They did what? We have the same people in our country, and they're in France, and they're in Germany, and they're in Russia. You know, it's all problems are human problems. So everything you do here that is positive creates a resonance in your state and in your country and in the world. We hear each other now. One of the really good things of being linked up. So I was born in Yemen. My dad was an accountant, very exciting. At the BP refinery, it's an oil refinery there. He was an accountant there. Mum was a nurse, turned up. My dad's mother, my dad's wife. Sorry, my dad's mother. My dad's first wife. She came with him to Yemen. Her name was Joy, but she wasn't, and because she played the field, ladies and gentlemen, and ran off with some other guy. And my dad was severely depressed and was drinking a pint of gin a day, which, you know, was just a lot of gin. And then my mother turned up, and they fell in love, and they had 9 years together, and then she died when I was 6 years old. And that's the first part of our life. It just devastated our family. Some people think, oh, you're trans because your mum died. No, that's got nothing to do with it. It doesn't seem, if you are LGBTQ, I think it's inbuilt. It's a gift. It's a gift that we have. It doesn't look like a gift. It doesn't feel like a gift. We all go through all sorts of bloody hell to try and get out and express ourselves. But it is a gift. It's a prickly gift. But it's a gift. I was told this, the TVTS Help Center, when I came out, there was one help center in the whole of the United Kingdom, and it was half a mile from where I lived. And I thought, the fates are telling me. They said, go to the help center. And I went there, and I hung out with some people, and they were very cool, they were relaxed, and I could put some makeup on, and they said, that's bad makeup. And but I had to learn, you have to start somewhere. And I was sitting with a lawyer, a guy who was a lawyer. He says, I can't be trans, I can't be out at work because they're too conservative, they won't allow me. But you can because you're a performer, and it's a gift. And I thought, what? What, is he crazy? And then it sat with me all since that time. I don't know if I'll ever meet this guy again. I can't even remember his name. But it is a gift. It is a gift. And if you come out with it, if you come out as LGBTQ, it's almost like your Arthurian knight's quest. Your quest, ladies and gentlemen, everyone here, you've probably already done this quest, but your quest is to tell other people and encourage other people they must come out. And as more and more people come out, it will get more and more, we get positive normalization. There is negative normalization, which the extreme right do, and we do positive normalization, which makes it healthy. That's another phrase to use, because positive normalization gets us to a place. Because I think this century, it's the 21st century, and 21 is a big age for you in America. It's a big age all around the world. It's like the coming of age. I think this is the coming of age of humanity, this century. And I think we're either going to make it a fair world for 7.8 billion people, or we're going to wipe ourselves off the planet. I think those are the extremes. And we need to tell people this, and we need to encourage people to choose a side. Do you want to have a fair world for 7.8 billion people? I think that's the only way that the world is going to work. We can't have it when some people are struggling hugely on almost no money, and other people are living like gods. We have to have a fair world. Everyone, a fair chance in life. That's all. Not a free life, a fair chance in life for 7.8 billion people. So that's what I'm going into politics to fight for. So my mum was there. I was having a beautiful childhood. I was running about. We moved from Yemen to Northern Ireland, again, kind of a crazy place to go to, and then just moving about. And then Mum died when we were 6, totally devastated. I went to boarding schools. But I knew I was trans from about the age of 4 or 5. And I just thought wearing a skirt, yes. Wearing makeup, yeah, that's fun. But it seemed, no, don't mention that, otherwise you get your head kicked in. So I just didn't mention it. But I'm also quite boyish, so I seem to be gender fluid. I have boy genetics and girl genetics. That's how I see it. And I just decided to express it and be truthful about it in 1985 when I came out. And what a weird thing is, because Donald Trump seems to lie as easily as he breathes. He just breathes lies, and sometimes I don't know how he exists.
But telling the truth, it's so wonderful to just come out. Most of you here must have come out. If not, you're allies, and thank you for being allies. But just coming out, it's just so good to say, this is true, and this is how I am, and this is my authentic self, and I'm going to live it. But before that, we went through rocky patches. When I was 15, I started stealing makeup. Yes, stealing makeup. That was the thing. Now, I know some young girls stole makeup, but that was kind of okay. But for a young boy to steal makeup, no. I had pocket money. I could have bought makeup, but I thought if I bought it, the person at the cash till would say, why are you, a boy, buying makeup? You must be a transvestite, you must be wrong, you must be a wrong person. So I thought, I won't buy it, I'll steal it. And then no one will know, except for the police and the judicial system. And yeah, so I stole it. I stole it a few times, and I was caught in a shop in the south of England, and the police came, and I was dragged off, and they said, have you got more? Have you got more? And when I was a kid, I wanted to be in special forces, right? I should mention this. Okay, and you're going, what? Yes. Special forces was one of my things. I kind of feel like I've done civilian special forces ever since I've come out, learning to live on my feet and just come out in a different way. But I was kind of obsessed with this. I just think in a kind of military way. So anyway, I was stealing makeup, and this guy was saying, have you got any more makeup? And surely, as someone who's trying to be a soldier, a person in the forces, would be able to withstand interrogation and go, no. But I just went, yes, I've got more makeup. I've got tons of it at home. And so then I had to do the ignominy, 15 years old, as a boy being driven by the policeman in his police car, and I had a shoebox. I'd made a shoebox. I'd made a false bottom in a shoebox, and I'd cut out the bottom of another shoebox and put 2 bits of balsa wood and some Scotch tape, and it hinged, and I put all the makeup in the bottom. And if you looked at it, you couldn't tell it was a false bottom unless you were human. And then, but if you were a giraffe who was a member of the police, you'd go, but any human would go, that's just a false bottom then. You've got a ton of makeup underneath it. I didn't even get to that bit, because I just said, it's all in this shoebox, and I had to give it out. And so that was kind of like coming down with a bin line, a whole bag full of makeup to give to the policeman. And as he drove off, I do believe he was trying out some of the lipsticks as he drove in the rear view. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just in my mind. But then it's just me and my stepmother, and I had to do this. I don't know if anyone was trans, got caught by someone. So my stepmother's looking at me, and I've got to now say why I was stealing. Now, I should add, my stepmother was in the SAS, which is like your Delta Force, your Navy SEALs. That sounds very weird to you? Yes. Well, it was World War II, and she was really good at Morse code. And she was brilliant. She taught it. And so she was seconded to SAS Brigade. And she knew I was obsessed with this, Special Forces, SAS, that's what Special Air Service they're called. And so she turned to me, and she said, and I didn't know what I was going to say to her, but she said, is this all about your obsession with the SAS? And I said, yes, yes. She was upset. She was looking at the stealing part of it, not at the makeup part of it. I was going, yes, it was a secret mission. Yeah, I had to just get anything. She didn't. I just said, don't ask me why it's makeup all the time. And then I came up with a brilliant idea. I'd been on an exchange trip to France, and I'd met this girl, and I fancy girls. I'm a wannabe lesbian, and I saw this girl, and I had a photograph of her, and I said, "There's this girl. It's for her. I stole a ton of makeup for her." And she said, "Don't steal. It's bad. Just use your pocket money. Buy her a scarf." Okay, a scarf. So then I had to go and buy her a bloody scarf, and I bought a scarf, and I had to send it to this girl. I knew her first name at this school. That's all I knew. And she would have got it, what? Janine, was it là? We were, he's in a shop. You have a scarf for you? What the hell? Who's this from? That must have happened. I want to track this girl down to see if it ever found out. Anyway, so it's bumbling through life until I came out in '85. And coming out was just so much better and very positive. The first day I came out, I didn't know quite
I'd gone to this help center, and I realized just staying in a room and throwing on a dress and a bit of makeup, that wasn't going to do it, so I had to go out into the real world. But in 85, there was we weren't even being taught about it. I feel that our lesbian and gay cousins, they've worked very hard. At that point, they had worked very hard in 1985 to move things forward, to have rights. But trans was just lost. Transgender was way out there. But I just thought, I've got to get out and I've got to start walking around in public. So that's what I did, I'll just tell you this one story. That I said that there was a woman, I think she was a lesbian woman who was hanging out with us. She's just being a positive ally at the TVTS help group. And I said, I need to meet someone in the center of town. I need to have a mission to go and meet someone wearing a dress, wearing some makeup. Will you be that person I can meet and just have a coffee? Can you do that? And she said she would. So this is in London, and so we have an underground system and public transport, and I had to get on the public transport and be there, and the panic that was going through my brain, and just the sweating, and I had to do this. And I had a bag with me with my boy clothes in as well. So I was dressed in girl mode, in girl clothes, and I went off, and I managed to get through it. I met this woman, I had the coffee, and I came back. And then I had to change, and I had to go to the ladies' loos to change, because I went to the boys' loos. I'd got my head kicked in, so I went to the ladies' loos, and I changed. But there were 3 young girls, they were teenage girls who were jumping off school, who were missing school, and smoking cigarettes, bad girls. Who were about, probably about 13, and I was about 23, they were about 13, and they were smoking. And I'm in the loos, and I go in, I go, Christ, they're going to see me, they're going to read me, and I'm closing the door, but the door's got no lock on it. And fuck, there's no lock. And then I'm going into the one across the way, there's no lock on 2 of these doors. Where are the locks? What are they? Because the boys' loos are always smashed up, and I didn't think the girls' loos were as well. And then I locked it up, and I changed clothes, and I wiped all my makeup furiously, and I went out, and they said, "Oi, what are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you? What are you doing that for?" And they followed me, and and they decided that they would tease me. And they were, 10 years younger than me, but there were 3 of them, and I was just scared out of my brain. It was the first time I'd ever come out. So I'm just walking down the road to where I live, and they were going, "Oh, why are you wearing the dress? Oh, mate, what are you doing? Well, you're puffed up. What's wrong?" And I just keep walking. I just don't know what the hell to do. And I can't go home because then they'll know where I live. So I just start walking towards Paris, basically. And I just walked. And it was an interesting point. I walked and walked and walked, and I walked for about 20 minutes. And then I just thought, fuck this. And I turned around and I dropped back and I said, "You want to know why I'm wearing makeup? I'll tell you why I'm wearing makeup." And all 3 of them, they just screamed and they ran. And I thought, well, that's pretty positive. And there is something in this that moment I was saying, I exist, I'm here, I have a voice, I'm not going to be afraid anymore. And so that's what I've done. That's how I've done it, and I've had people shout at me quite often. They shout at me, if you are trans, you will, and you can be red, and I kind of look like a boy who's transitioned, and people will say to me, "Oh, what the fuck is the fucking?" There's a lot of swearing. "Fuck you, fucking out! What the fucking out?" And I tend to turn around and say, "Fuck you with a fucking out! Fucking out! Fucking out!" Then they say, "Fucking out!" And I say, "Fuck now! Fuck you! Fucking out! What the fuck?" And that goes on for about 10 minutes. Now, the last guy who did this, it was right outside my house, and he said, "You, Izzard, you, we're going to do your house when you're away." And I said, "Who the hell are you?" And I got righteous anger not from me, but from all trans people, all LGBTQ people, all the way back to the beginning of time. And I was going, "Fuck you, don't fuck you, fuck on me." And he just carried on, but he was doing it while walking away, which is a bit odd. I don't know, "Fuck you with a fucking hell, fucking hell," which seems slightly positive on my end. And then I went into the pub next door to my house. I said, "Who the hell was that?" "Oh, he's this idiot." They gave me a name. And I thought I should say that name to the police because hate crimes now exist, which is an important move forward for humanity. And then I left it. I thought about it, I left it, and then I just carried on living. 2 weeks later, I'm going to the supermarket and something. "You fucking animal, who the hell? You, again!
fuck you, motherfucker. Right, I'm telling the police now. Because I just thought, if someone goes in and breaks into my house, I've got a name to start with. So I thought I could mention that to the police, and that's it, and I just move on, boom. I try to, I just don't want to be scared. I want to take my space. And I told the police, and they said, you need a statement. I don't know if you have the same process in America. They said, you need a statement? I said, no, not a statement. I'm just telling you this. No. This could be a hate crime. And then you make a statement because it has to go through official process. And I realized we've got to that stage. And it is an amazing thing to have hate crime legislation, which I believe you now have, and we have in the UK, because freedom of speech is something we really want. But if that speech is causing harm or danger to other people, then it becomes a hate crime. So you want the freedom, but you want and that's a very nuanced thing that we finally got to after, 5,000 years after the Egyptians. How long has it taken to get here? It's just taken a bloody long time. So I gave the statement, I made the thing, they had the court case. The court case came, I had my day in court at a magistrate's court, which is lower than a crown court in the UK. And I don't know if you have the system that the people who are the accused, they go into a holding area. The people who are the witnesses, the people who were the hate crime was against, or the crime was against, they go off to a safe place so they don't have to be with that person. But I thought, no, screw that. I'm going to sit in the place where all the bad people come, and I'm going to wait for him to come. And I did, and I sat there, just sat back with my arms on the back of the sofa, right at the back, and he came in, and I stared at him, and I stared at him, and I stared at him, and I stared at him. I just wouldn't take my eyes off him. I just wasn't going to do this inverse thing. And then he went off down the corridor, came back, and I stared at him. I just wouldn't take my eyes. I just refused to be cowed by this dickhead. I think is the word, I think is the medical term we use. Then there was the court case, he was found guilty, and then the press wanted to take photographs of him, so, because he was the guy who was found guilty. So, I try. This is what I try and do. I just try and live my life and carry on and do things. And I started running my marathons because I did think it's going to help. I'm raising money, that's great, that helps everyone, all around the world. I really believe in reaching out around the world, because if we don't think in a world context, then we're not going to make it as the human species. And I am a believer. I don't believe in a God up there because he never seems to come and help. I'm happy. You can come down now, right here in Salt Lake City. If you want to come now, I'm completely ready to be dumbfounded and apologize, but never comes to come down. But I am a believer. There's this word, the unbeliever. No, I'm a believer. I believe in us. I believe in human beings. I believe there is more goodwill than ill will in the world. So I thought if I started running my marathons, it could do a few things. It raised money, and that helps people around the world. So that's great. It could get the exercise back. When we were kids, we were quite some of us are quite runabouty, and then we just get bigger and wider. So I thought, no, I'll get back to this fitness guy. And there was this human level of politics underneath it, which also said, if you're a trans person and you're running marathons, and I was running them day after day after day after day, which kind of impressed me if it didn't impress anyone else. I just thought, well, good luck to me if I can do this. And then I've met people in the streets who think, you're trans, but you run these they just can't deal with it. And they have to readjust their thinking about not only trans, but all LGBTQ, all alternative sexuality. They just have to think about it in a different way. And that's why I did it. So that was the 43 was in the United Kingdom, and then the 27 was in South Africa. South Africa, such a country that's had such a hard time. Nelson Mandela, fantastic person. I never did enough for him. I never did enough for him when he was in prison. So I thought I'll give him 27 marathons in 27 days. And that was beautiful. Now, there's something that happened in that. I did this video because they were videoing it, they're putting out, trying to raise money. There's a nails video. If you put my name and nails into YouTube, you'll see this video come up. And I was trying to articulate what it is just to be trans and be out there and be running. And it came out well. It came out positively. I just ad-libbed it, and it just came out. And it was about, it doesn't matter whether you're gay, lesbian, man, woman, black, white, yellow. It doesn't matter, none of this. It matters what do you
what do we do in life? Can we do something positive? We have to be brave and curious and not fearful and suspicious. Brave and curious, not fearful and suspicious. I feel the extreme right, they pander on the fearful. Fear them, be suspicious, fearful, suspicious, push back, push back. And we're saying, no, we have to be brave. And we have to reach out and say, hi, how are you? Hi, who are you? Where do you come from? What do you do? Can we learn from you? Can you learn from us? How can we all move forwards together? If we do not do this, we're just not going to make it. And so that's what I've devoted my life to. I've sort of been forced to, I've chosen to be trans by the gods, the fates. I don't know, I don't believe in that God, but I just seem to have this gift, so I'm trying to use it in the most positive way I can. I'm trying to do everything I can, run marathons as much as I can, perform in French, German, and Spanish now as well as in English. I want to do Russian. I want to do Arabic, for the language where I was born. I'd like to do Mandarin Chinese. I'm just going to excel. All of us keep excelling, pushing above the line. Men, women, anyone who's positive and progressive, push. Keep doing it. Keep thinking it. Think of Salt Lake City. Think of Utah, but think of America as well. And think of the world. Think of everyone. Because every little bit you do adds and it pushes forward. And a fair world for 7.8 billion people, that's a big ask. But if we don't ask, we don't get. And I'm going to ask, and I'm going to keep on asking, and I'm going to keep on pushing, and I will become a member of Parliament, and I will push like crazy when I get in there. So I salute you all. Keep doing what you do. I salute Troy and everyone who's worked here. You're doing a beautiful job. Keep going. Keep pushing onwards and upwards. And we can make it a fair world for 7.8 billion people. Thank you. Good night.
All right, finish up. I'm going to do my latest bad impression. Yes, sir. Now, my impressions are incredibly bad, and they've been known throughout the state of China as bad. Well, good impressionists just do somebody's voice, and you go, it's Steve McQueen, it's Robert De Niro. I tend to tell everyone who I'm going to do to help, and explain that it might not sound like them. This is Christopher Walken. And as done by someone else, I did Down the Death of Joe Egg on Broadway. An actor called Michael Gaston was in that, and he had done Shakespeare with Christopher Walken. I didn't know Christopher Walken did Shakespeare. So Michael did this impression, and I nicked this off Michael, and he knows about that. But Christopher Walken doing Iago in Othello, yeah, this is according to, Othello, your wife, it's crazy, you should kill her with a pillow. Yeah, it's crazy, she's Desi, she dies as crazy. Yeah, or even to be, and not to be, you know. It's a question. It's nobler. Suffer. You know, slings and arrows and shit. Now is the winter of our discontent. Yeah, isn't it? Glorious summer. By the sun of York. All the clouds would loud. Going a bit off Christopher Walken. Tomorrow and tomorrow. And tomorrow. You know, it's a petty pace. It goes on. This watch, it's your father's watch, it's your grandfather's watch, it's your birthright, it's your daddy was shot down over Hanoi, so was I. We were in a prison camp, you know, he knew this watch, it's your right, he doesn't want no slant eye's gonna get the hands on the watch. What does he do with the watch? He puts it in one place, up his ass, he puts it up his ass. 5 long years, this watch up his ass. He dies of watch-in-ass disease. Give me the watch. I put the watch up my ass. I get watch-in-ass syndrome. It's your watch. You can wear it, but don't put it up yet. Wear it on your wrist. Don't lick it. What a choice piece. Anyway, thank you very much. Good night.
Finally tonight, I just want to talk about the future. The future, where will the future be? Science fiction writers, they write it down in books, and it becomes films, and then it all comes to pass. Like those doors in Star Trek, we've got them now. That's about it. But that's happened.
And they had The Empire Strikes Back, the 5th of the 4 Star Wars films. He is fucking with us numerically, isn't he? Children, count up to 10. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 10. No, it goes 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3... No, it goes 4, 5, 6, 1, 2 and 3 have not been made. 2 and 3 have not been made, but what shall they be? What shall they be? We do not know. All we know is there will be a big floppy character in it that goes... Who needs a punch up the bracket? That's another one. That's a punch right there. Up the bracket. This is the bracket, I think. I didn't know. My dad used to say it to me. You need a good punch on the bracket. No, he didn't actually. He just said, I'll smash you through that wall. So, what was it? Yes. So, Star Wars, I mean, they're the Death Star. Death Star is almost like a New York name. The Death Star. It gets to the point. What's that star? It's the Death Star. What does it do? It does death. It does death, buddy. Get out of my way. You with your centiliters and your milliliters, your fucking combine harvesters. Sporadic love, that was... It's like I've gone in and removed some of your entrails. Ish, you know. Anyway. So, yeah, but the Death Star, the one thing about the Death Star is that there was no food. No one had food at all. No food at all. No one said, hey, Darth Vader, Emperor, just nipping down to Alpha Beta 9. What do you want, a couple of sarnies? Chicken, ham chicken, egg, what? Coke, Dark Coke, what you want? What you want? You weird bleeders. But there must have been a Death Star canteen, yeah? There must have been a cafeteria downstairs, in between battles, where Darth Vader could just chill and go down. I will have the penne alla arrabbiata. You'll need a tray. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? This is not a game of who the fuck are you. For I am Vader. Darth Vader. Lord Vader. I can kill you with a single thought. But you'll still need a tray. No, I will not need a tray. I do not need a tray to kill you. I can kill you without a tray, with the power of the Force, which is strong within me. Even though I could kill you with a tray if I so wished. For I would hack at your neck with the thin bit until the blood flowed across the canteen floor. Now, the food is hot. You'll need a tray to put the food on. Oh, I see the food is hot. I'm sorry. I did not realize. Oh. Tray for the... Yes. I thought you were challenging me to the fight to the death. Fight to the death? This is a canteen. I work here. Yes, but I am Vader. I am Lord Vader. Everyone challenges me to a fight to the death. Darth Vader. I'm Darth Vader. Sir Lord Vader. Sir Lord Darth Vader. Lord Vader of Cheam. Sir Lord Baron von Vaderham. The Death Star. I run the Death Star. What's the Death Star? This is the Death Star. You're in the Death Star. I run this star. This is a star. This is a fucking star. I run it. I'm your boss. You're Mr. Stevens. No, who is Mr. Stevens? He's head of catering. I'm not head of catering. I am Vader. I can kill catering with a thought. What? I can kill you all. I can kill me with a thought. Just... I'll get a tray. Fuck it. This one's wet. And this one's wet. And this one's wet. This one is wet, 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 this one is wet. Did you dry these in a rainforest? Why, with the power of the Death Star, do we not have a tray that is fucking dry? I do not... No. I was here first. You have to form a queue if you want food. Can I have, penne alla arrabbiata? That'd be very nice. No. Do you know who I am? That's Jeff Vader, that is. I am not Jeff Vader, I'm Darth Vader. What, Jeff Vader runs the Death Star? No, I run the Death Star. You Jeff Vader? No, I'm Darth Vader. Are you his brother? Can you get his autograph? I can't get it. No, I'm Jeff... All right, I'm Jeff Vader. I'm Jeff Vader. Can I have your autograph? No, fuck off. Or I'll kill you with a tray. Give me penne alla arrabbiata or you shall die. And you, and everyone in this canteen. Death by tray it shall be. Woo! Do you want peas with that? Peas? You don't have peas. You can't put it red with, you can't put, it doesn't work with penny. You don't put, unless you push them up the penny tubes, and then it would be weird. Just, oh, all right, put some peas on.
That was cut out of the final film. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Breasts, but you've heard of breast implants. These are not implants. If you think, oh, these are implants. No, they're not implants. They're nice squidgy, but they're not, they're IMS, but they're not planted. They're just IMS, your regular common or house garden IMS. And, but they do, you've heard on the aeroplane, that implant explode, and that is, it happened to me, over 30,000 feet. It's just like, I know what you mean. I have a child. Sorry about this. Boom. Yes, my left breast has exploded. Have you got a pillow? Oh, and some more than nibbly. But then you got one L-cup boob and a D-cup boob. And you get a lot of looks. I already get a lot of looks. So by the end of it, I've got the fork. Boom. Another pillow. And you go off with the biggest tits in Christendom, as the Crusaders used to say. The whole military thing is very weird. It's a very tight regime. You need to have a military, I think, you know, because it's very hip to say, oh, you know, all military should disband. But you keep getting organised shitheads who want to kill people come along. Like Hitler. You know, if it's just a shithead, that's fine. But an organised shithead, get people going, ugh. Then that's the problem. Every army has salutes. There are no casual armies who go, hello, General. Oh, hello, Corporal. It's all, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, sir, no, sir. And there's all different salutes. You've got the British one, and the American one, and the French one, and countries in Eastern Europe, new countries going, well, we can't use that one, and that one's been, what about this one? Almost a surrender kind of thing. Well, there's that one. Or there's this one. Or this one we quite like. Go for that one. Afternoon, General? Oh, no problem. And it's not very efficient either. I mean, what about there? That's much more efficient. Civilians, we have a handshaky kind of agreement, a kind of greeting thing. And people, sometimes people say to you, oh, come here, why don't you meet a whole bunch of people? Suddenly you're meeting 8 people all at once. And they all tell you their names. Hi, my name is Steve. Steve. My name is Jennifer. Bernard. At the end you go, good to meet you all. Did you have names? I didn't hear a thing. Oh, they're all over here, aren't they? And some people do those squeezy handshakes, like crusher handshakes. You know, the small dick, I've got a big handshake kind of... The compensation handshake. A firm handshake is great, but that crusher one, when they start to rotate your knuckles, you know? You go, hi, how are you? Good to meet you. Oh. And they go into this, and you don't react, you just go... Jesus Christ. We should react. Because they're going to get away with this. They just keep doing this stupid crusher handshake. They think it's very, you know, oh, I have an enormous penis handshake. But we know it is a small dick handshake. And you should react. If someone starts crushing the life out of your hand, just go, ah! Fucking hell! You bastard! Good Lord, hope you die in a car crash. Either that or the complete opposite and just collapse on the floor. People go, hey, you killed him. You killed him dead, man. No, he suffers from hand-squeezy death. Yeah, you killed him. I'm going to tell on you. The other weird handshake's that sort of sock in a cup handshake, that handshake you just receive. You go, I don't know, 2 kilograms, 2.5 kilograms, wait a minute. Always have a fish up your sleeve for that one. Someone gives you that kind of drop-in handshake, then you just slap in the fish. And they go, hey, your hands come off. Oh, it's a fish. You say, yes, a present for my country. Down in one, down in one, down in one. Then there's the cool handshake, street handshake, which is there, and then there, then there, then there. And sometimes there, and it has bits after it, you know. And you can't ask how it's done, you just have to know it. That's what cool's all about, just know. And you don't actually just know, because no one knows, so you have to watch it. Then go home and practice furiously on 5 bananas. Till the thumb comes off.